Hello and welcome to Reinfused. Now, I started my career on mainframes, specifically, or mostly at least, the Digital Equipment Corporation VAX mainframes. Around this time, obviously, things were starting to shift far more to desktop computers, and we were getting more and more requests to be able to access the data on those mainframes on somebody's Windows machine. Obviously, we were high and mighty mainframe developers, so we didn't really want to spend that much time on a PC doing work for that, and so we tended to use Visual Basic for Windows. Now, we can't talk about Visual Basic for Windows because, one very good reason, this video is for DOScember, which, if you don't know, is a collection of videos by several YouTubers about about DOS and its many foibles and aspects, and therefore, of course, we can't be doing a video on a Windows application. So instead, we're going to talk about a bit of software that Microsoft released in 1992, the year after the one for Windows. So here we are at a DOS prompt. It is, I'm afraid, an emulated DOS prompt. If you've seen most of my videos on my channel, I don't really deal with machines that have much truck with DOS, but we now need to install Visual Basic for DOS, and that is going to take a little while, because if we go to our floppy drive and put the first disk in, yeah, so there's 7 disks, so this might take a short while to do, but that's fine. We will just speed up the process. Okay, so here we are at the DOS prompt. We have installed Visual Basic for DOS. It actually wasn't that long, thank God for emulation and fake disk images. So anyway, let's type in VB for VB-DOS. Yeah, just VB-DOS. You see the executable there. And there we are. So this is it. This is the editor. This is the code side of things, I would assume. It not being a form editor, that would make me assume that. So yeah, he looks a lot like the whole... I mean, you've probably seen DOS graphics before, and this is quite plainly DOS graphics. And everything you create will also be in this style. It's quite a nice style. I think a lot of people have an affection for this style of graphics from various DOS-era programs. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the default project anyway. And if we go and check some of the menus out, I mean, fairly obvious. We can create projects, we can add files, we can open existing projects, we can add new forms, new modules. The modules we're in now let you hold code. Obviously a form is the graphical side of things. And yeah, various other bits and pieces like taking files out and stuff. All fairly obvious bits. Yeah, these are all fairly simple bits. So yeah, we can create new subs and functions. I guess that's your shortcut. Yeah, this is all pretty standard stuff, really. And yeah, okay, so this is the make exe. So obviously this is where once we've got our program, we want to run it outside of Visual Basic. We can make our executable file, and there's 2 ways of doing it in this. You can either make it as a bundled file, so it's got everything included in one executable, which is slightly larger. That means you can just ship that executable, or you make it by having the library external, which is smaller, but then you have to also either assume they've got that library or bundle it as well. So yeah, this is the debug stuff is quite good in this, if I remember rightly. So that's good, and yeah, just basic obvious ones. Then, so how about we just go ahead and we'll create a new form. So yeah, so a name, FRM being the standard name. Do we want to create it in the VB-DOS directory? I don't know. Do we? Yeah. You know, well, let's just. I mean, it's fine. We're just doing a demo. The program doesn't want to create it straight in the root directory of the application, but we're going to do it anyway. And here we are. This is the form creator. And yeah, we can just add any of these things. So the things on the left there, that's our different objects that we can add to a form. And that's the form over there, as it will display. And yeah, you'll have seen all these things in other programs, but here they are kind of rendered in a lovely DOS style. It looks like slightly Turbo Pascal-y if I had to give it a a name. Yeah, double clicking lets you put code behind it. Alright, so how about we add in a directory listing? So yeah, I mean, I think the name fairly obviously is it shows directories. So I think it kind of defaults as the startup, but you can change the value in code. And yeah, so what should we add next? Yeah, let's add a label. A label is, well, it's literally a label, you know, just a text thing if you want to explain what you're adding. Oops, did not mean to double click. Again, that takes you to the code environment. There's very little point having code underneath a label, although you will set the value in code sometimes. And at the top here, we can see we can change that value. So at the moment, the text is, well, actually, this is the control name. So you can change the control names as well. And the control name is how you reference these things in code. So if you want to set the text for this, we'll call it hello. Then in code, we can just do hello dot. And if we go down here, we'll find, oh, let's do some scrolling. No, the middle scroll button does not work. There we go. And we can just change the caption instead now. So we can also change this to hello world. So yeah, so now we called the label hello as well. So we do like hello dot caption and equals to change the caption. Yeah, no, come on, scroll down. I keep forgetting the middle scroll, the actual scroll wheel will not work. And yeah, so we can change the value, and there, because the checkbox, it's got its own value. So checked and grade is if you aren't able to change it. So if you want it to be locked, and then unchecked, obviously, is what we saw before, where it takes the check mark out. Fairly standard thing. You'll have seen quite a lot of these. Yeah, no, this there. Let's add in a command button. So basically, well, you know what a button is. I don't think I have to explain what a button is. So yeah, the button is an easy one because we can put code underneath that by double clicking on it. And yeah, we need to save that. It's fine. And these are the events. So these are the different things that objects can have. So that's the form. So we click on the command button, and these are the events that it can expose. So obviously on the command button, we want to click it. So when we click it, we want to do something. And oh, hold on. So I guess the easiest thing to do would be to show up a message box. And the problem here is that I haven't done this for a long time, and there's no code completion on this. So I don't remember the exact parameters for this, but we can kind of, the help's there. I think we installed the help. There we go. So this is the index. So if we just click on M, I guess we double click. Do we double click? Still doesn't work. So I guess, yep, double click. There we go. And if we scroll down here again, John, 2 fingers on the touchpad do not work. We're just using the arrow keys. If we scroll down, there we go. Message box. Stop. Up. There we go. We just want the statement because we don't want to bother returning something. You can return stuff on the message box if you wanted to push a certain button. You can get the return, but we don't. We just want to show a message, so that's fine. So okay, that is way simpler than I thought it was. We literally just have to do message box and then add some text. So that's good. Obviously, text. No, that's it. is in quotes. So there we go. Obviously, we're going to display "Hello World." So now, I mean, that's a program. We've literally written a program. Not a very good program, but there we go. So yeah, if we push the button, there we go. That's our message box. Yeah, it's a very simple program, but also very, very quick to write. And that's the directories. And you don't have to do anything to show directories. You need to, if we added a file list box in there, we could have taken that directory we changed to and put it into the file list, and it would have shown the list of files. And yeah, checkboxes are checkboxes. But yeah, it's very, very simple. We managed to knock up a program in no time at all, really. It would have been even faster if we'd bothered to read any of the instructions beforehand. So I guess the other thing we can do, of course, is make an actual executable and run it in the command line. So here are our options. And Yeah, we're going to make so that the exe requiring a runtime module, that's the one I said it would allow you to leave the library outside but be a smaller file. We don't want that. We want standalone because we want it all to be one file. So we could just kind of put that file wherever anyone could run, say, a C program on DOS, then they'd be able to run this one as well. So yeah, let's do make exe and exit because we want to test this out immediately. It should drop us straight into the directory we're in. So this should, in theory, be where the actual thing is. Yeah, there's all these. Okay, so there's all these things which are, if you want to make code specific to certain processes with certain optimizations, you can do that. We don't care about any of that, so we're just going to do make exe and exit. There we go. So if we do a directory now, then we should have our file in here because we actually created all of our project files in this folder we were in. So there we go, form1.exe, because we didn't really change the name. And there it is. It runs really quickly. Because it does. It's not... the code isn't huge. If we go back out, if we do this, just prove that it works. There we go. It works. Look at that. If we go back out, we can look at the file size. There we go. So if we look at our form1.exe, which is our actual compiled file, there you go, 142K, give or take. So that's not bad. That's a whole window DOS application, which, all right, didn't do a huge amount, but it's still a runnable Windows executable, well, sorry, DOS executable with a windowed environment. That's not terrible. The object is kind of the partial compilation thing where it compiles each module into its own little code, which is technically interpreted because it's got that little library thing, but it doesn't make any difference because that form1.exe, because we included it, that's compiled. Right. How about we take a little look at some of their sample programs, because they include a fair few. Right, well, it says graphics. We've got to go for one that says graphics. Alright, Visual Basic for MS-DOS, graphics example program. Graphics program that demonstrates using graphics with forms. Form-based interface provides information for creating a bar chart and a graphics pattern editor. Interesting. Right, well there we go. So we can change that bits of text. There's the text boxes there. We're not going to bother doing any of that. We can change all that. That's the data. But if we just do the graph, look at that. Okay, not massively impressive graphics, no, but it's graphics. That's a pattern editor. I guess the pattern editor changes the different bar charts patterns. So they've got predefined ones. Yeah, I guess we had to edit that, but I couldn't bother. Anyway, there we go. So that's a very, very simple program. So what's next? Chart demo. Is that the same? No, that's... No, we did graphics, didn't we? Not chart demo. Never mind. Let's scroll down. Anything that takes our fancy here. Oh, spin demo. What spin? Is a spin demo going to be interesting? No, spin demo is not interesting. It's just... So the spin custom control is kind of the controls that let you move up and down, but that's not very interesting. Let's find something else. There was one that says torus at the bottom. That looked interesting, because torus is a 3D object. Yeah, let's just do torus. I mean, it might be disappointing. Visual Basic for MS-DOS, torus graphics program. Okay, it says graphics. That's instantly more interesting. Let's run that. Oh, there we go. We've got some configuration we can do. Let's just make the torus. Oh, look at that! And it's colour cycling too. A very nice, simple 3D graphics. Look at that. That's amazing. Right. So how about we give this one a bit of a compile then? Now obviously this will be larger than my application because it kind of does stuff and mine didn't. So how about we try... No, let's compile this with the exe separately to the runtime module so we can kind of see what the size would be if we leave that library out. Oh, we didn't do make... Oh, okay, I meant to do make and exit. I didn't. Never mind, we could just exit. So obviously this would require that runtime library to be shipped with the application, but look at that, 20k. That's not bad, and I mean it should just run exactly the same, to be fair. Actually it should run a tiny bit faster, but I don't think it'll be noticeable. That was possibly a little bit faster. That's not bad. Well, there we go. Quite a small program, but that's Visual Basic for DOS, and it's a bit. I think it's a bit wonderful, personally. It's almost an enigma because it was released after the first Visual Basic for Windows was released, a year after, almost, pretty much, and so it kind of went back a step by having it in DOS, but it's also at the same time a really, really powerful DOS program, really powerful for making DOS applications, especially if you include that library. Yeah, you get a bigger executable, but it's just it's just a really easy way to make nice applications in DOS. Hopefully you enjoyed that little video on Visual Basic for DOS. And don't forget to check out the other DOScember videos. There'll be a playlist in the comments below, and obviously you can just search for DOScember as well. There's lots of really, really good videos out there from all manner of YouTubers and some incredibly well-known ones as well. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. See you next time.